Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
man.
still
So like it was still a dope
it's
atmosphere. Soon as me and Jay Crush was like walking in, like where we was about to like, we was getting our tickets, then we was about to, go in. We seen Blaine Bradford walking right past us with his peoples, you know what I mean? Like a dude was a big dude, no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, had to say that for sure. You know what I'm saying?
stupid, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that dude definitely, you know what I'm saying, a big young man, for sure, man. And um, we went in, had some good seats where we was pretty much set on the 50 and everything, and we got there kind of like when it was going into the second quarter, like the kind of end of like beginning of the second quarter, so we did see the starters. So we did get to see the starters, and we got to see a drive each from Julian and Lincoln, both. Both a drive each with the starters, and then they was rotating them with a lot of the second and third string for the rest of the game and everything. But the atmosphere was great, man. The fans definitely enjoyed the ring ceremony. The guys got their ring, of course, and
Hmm.
three rings, by the way, three rings. You know what I'm saying? The two bowls and the national championship for sure. So that was exciting to see for sure. And it was just electric. You seen the recruits, they enjoyed themselves as well, man. And dog, like man,
Absolutely.
it was just a lovely sight to be around, man, for
Can you
sure,
see
man.
us
Like
now? Can you see
I can.
us?
Yes, I can see. And
Welcome
before I
fucking
couldn't
back
hear
to the
you.
all
party,
right,
Now
brother.
I got it
Welcome
all
back
right
to the
now, bro. I
party.
got it
all right,
all right
good,
now.
Yeah, yeah.
good. It
Hell
was
yeah,
good.
that was a live ass experience though. Going to that spring game,
Facts,
put a lot of
man.
things to
Facts.
light. It put a lot of things to light, man. Ooh, there's a
Man,
lot to talk about.
we gotta go to a game. That atmosphere, all right, but the game. I hope they let us play Texas
Oh,
that night. I hope they let us play Texas that night. But my take from
it's gonna be
the
this.
It's
spring
gonna be in the
game,
afternoon.
my take from the spring game is that everyone that watches our show should completely disregard everything that I said last week, and let's just
Hey,
start over.
I don't
Let's
know.
start
it was
over
so.
fresh.
Hold on,
Hey,
Let's
let
why
let's
me
you
say
start.
doing that
this.
Eminem
Hold
though?
on,
Let's
hold
He
on.
start
Let
doing
me
that
over
say
Eminem
this,
fresh.
though.
dog.
Don't be
Let's
putting
start
Hey,
Eminem
let
over
in
me
there.
say
fresh.
this. I gotta say this. It was so crazy, bro. Cause I'm sitting back today, like I'm listening back to last week's pod, and it's like the first part of the pod we're talking about the QB1 race, obviously, like we're about to do right now, and
What
then
race?
I'm
Right.
listening to this man T Matt on there. He's like, man, I think Blink is
Week
gonna be
one.
starter week 1, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. Hey, I said, this is a competition. I don't want to stretch it and say that myself, but I'm curious to see what happened. I said, I'm going to wait till the spring game and see
And then
what
you
I
will make your
see
prediction
to
this
say
week.
what I'm going to say. So,
No, but listen. But
obviously,
if
go
we go
ahead.
off just the number, if we go off just the numbers, right? That's why I asked in the group, does the eye test work? Because the numbers that you posted, Cam, and you posted, I saw your video that you had posted earlier today of Lincoln and the command of the offense. I mean, if I just go off the numbers, it looked like he had a good day. Like, you know what I mean? I don't see
Oh,
why
I
he
it's
didn't
mean,
have
not a
a bad
competition.
day. He didn't have a bad day. Let's not put that out there.
nah,
He had a
yeah.
good day, but it's definitely JS10's job. That's all I'm saying.
Abs- I
And
would say that he
ask
erased
Cam.
every bit of space that he had gained. I feel like
Yeah,
was lost Saturday. And y'all know. Listen, I'm always straightforward when I'm wrong. I've argued y'all like the stats matter, and I mean eye test matters too, but like stats don't lie. I would say his stats lied because like I'm not saying Lincoln Kehoe's had a bad game, but like I would say at least his first 10 passes, not a single one of them things looked good. Even the ones that were caught by receivers, he is lucky the receiver caught it. If we're being 100% honest, I would say he heated up more later in the like in his drives that he got, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that JS10 came out slinging and hey bro, you got to see it live in action like the release that they talk about, like it just looks different. Like it looks I'm being real. I've been watching Buckeye football my entire life. I've never seen someone throw it the way he does. It's like a different, like, phew, I don't. It's and it's nice and it's
You know what it
accurate and
reminds me
it's
of? It
It's
reminds me of
beautiful.
the rookie of the movie Rookie of the Year, his release. That little, you know what I mean? How he was throwing. He had that little quick little release.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I'm not gonna sit here and flex like I know
Okay.
shit.
But yo, we can watch some videos on here.
Boom.
Okay.
I was like, you shot through that gap through there. I'm like, oh, that's bold. That's bold.
Okay, so I had to try something real quick. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
but
we got to practice and work out some kinks sometimes.
yeah, for
First
sure.
one.
Like,
I just
yeah,
need to
so
say
that's
episode
something
29
that
dash first YouTube event.
so yeah, man. I mean, we of course we was at the game, of course, man, and just read. I'm gonna read out some of this. I'm gonna read out the stats from the quarterbacks. Um, Julian saying just for instance for him, he had a 71% completion rate, 175 passing yards with one touchdown. Lincoln Keyholtz, 67 completion rate, 158 yards, two touchdowns. And Tavian St. Clair, 116 passing yards, one touchdown towards the end to close it out. To
It was
keep his
beautiful.
confidence there. And
It was
two
beautiful though.
interceptions, of course. The two interceptions that he threw, you know what I'm saying, was just
Bad.
bad reads. Just bad reads.
And good
Man.
defense, to be honest.
Yeah, for
Not that
sure.
first one. Not that first one. That first one was just all bad. And you
It
know what I mean?
was.
I've been higher St. Clair, but like as you watched him, like he had a touch pass down the sideline, then he had one over the middle, and the drives kind of stalled with the running plays and whatever. But because the defense is playing too, so it's supposed to make everybody look good. But he's gonna be a star, bro. St. Clair is
He's gonna
coming.
be.
He
Absolutely.
is coming.
A couple years in this
And
Buckeye atmosphere, bro, is gonna completely change what we're dealing with. And he
after
already
I hope he
that,
got
does.
it.
I hope he does.
He already got it.
Right. I hope he
You hope what?
doesn't turn out to be like another like Joe Burrow type player that's been on a team and you know what I mean, because Julian saying and other quarterbacks is doing their thing. I'm hoping that doesn't be the case for him.
Burrow wasn't ever gonna play here because of the coaches. He wasn't ever gonna play. Isn't that crazy? That's
Yeah, but he
crazy.
was here for like 3 years though. So it's like
I
And
would
he
I'm
was
say,
hoping that
I
never
would
works.
gonna
say,
play.
for us this race, just to particularly just get on this race with Julian and Lincoln. Obviously, from the spring game, obviously that was the time where I was like last week. Hey, I gotta wait to see in the spring game to really say who really got command and who was really the QB1 after the spring game. And of course, me and Jay Crutch, we was there, and you base this shit off the stats. Both guys didn't have a bad day, but if you look at the actual game, Julian had the better day, as far as he had the better command of the offense. You know what I mean? Like, and Lincoln, he definitely did. He wasn't bad at all. He didn't turn the ball over or anything. He just had a couple drives where the defense was good. You know what I mean? So, good day for both guys. But if I had to say who had the better day between the two, I would say Julian. You just look at the offense ran for both guys, and it looks like more fluent with Julian
Right.
behind the center. You know what I'm saying? Other than Lincoln, even though you can't go wrong with either guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was hearing some talk
Nah.
earlier. Some people was talking about what if teams started wanting to offer Lincoln to hit the portal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these teams be tampering, trying to hit these kids' agents up and see, if they'll leave the portal for a certain amount of money or whatsoever. And
Hmm.
right now, as far as what I'm hearing, like Lincoln and Julian, they're content, they're good. You know what I mean? And our room is locked. far as the quarterback room, I did hear Ryan Day may look to get one of those, them veteran, quarterbacks that,
Wow.
just, he wants to have four guys in the room at least. You know what I'm saying? And, just to get one of those veteran guys that, probably want to
They got
be a
four.
GA next year, that's a senior and stuff. So,
What's his
it's some
name?
options
He
there.
didn't play.
But
They got four in there.
JS10 is the guy right now. He is the guy right now going into the summer summer ball.
Can
I
I get
agree.
Crutch? You was right. Go ahead. Crutch, you was right. I'm sorry.
Salute.
Couldn't hear you.
I I think that
Let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see.
nah, I'm gonna let you have your crutches right, but I do, and I know you are not. You are notorious for saying you're going to do something and then switching it up on a live. If Lincoln wins this fucking battle, you better fucking apologize. And yes, I'm talking about Will Howard. Y'all promised to apologize, and y'all motherfuckers still
Oh
hate
my
him.
God.
Hater ass
Here you go,
motherfuckers.
bro.
I owned
Man.
up to my shit and I said everything I had to say about him. Like, you know what I mean? It was all good in the playoffs. For you to sit there and say that, like, they look like they did in the playoffs and they did any time in the regular season,
I never said that.
to a team worth something. Exactly. So like we only have this to go for. So like hindsight's 2020 and shit. Like, yeah, Chris, you right. Haha, fuck you, would have worked. But you know what I mean? You want to come to this, it's cool, bro. I preach to you. Ain't no big deal.
Hey, no, I'm saying if Lincoln does win, you better say that. Haha, you might have been right, even though I already went back on it myself.
I already said Will
I'm saying
Howard's name here, right? I said it right. I was
I'm
fucking with
saying let's
Cam
wait a
at the
little
game
bit.
when we was there talking about Will Helen, but that
Bro,
was
bro, did
different.
you remember? Hold on, do y'all remember Julian's throw? Do y'all remember the throw down the seam that Julian had to Jelani Thurman on that drive that they scored with Bo Jackson?
Yes.
Yes. My boy
Bro, that
Petty
was a
John fucked up
beautiful
that.
ball, bro. Beautiful ball. Even though Jelani took a hit for it, but it was a beautiful ball. Like Julian was throwing some good throws out there, man. Like he had some dots out there. And
Right.
He most did.
now let me ask you this: Who is the who out of all of the the that should like the running backs? Like who was the best out of the running backs, and who had the better day out of the running backs Saturday?
My favorite watching was damn, not Bo Jackson, but the one he's three name guy, running back, battling for the three spot.
Fuck that. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Nah,
Dixon?
nah, he looked
Yes,
good. He was running people
Williams
over.
Dixon looked good as hell, and
William
Bo
Dixon.
Jackson looked great too. But like he had
Man,
that little bit of shine.
can we
Two
can
four
we
had.
say that all four of them looked absolutely phenomenal and had one or two great runs each? Like
I mean,
there's
yeah,
not
I mean
really like
CJ
I don't
Donaldson
really
was
think that
impressive.
any of the four like really like outshined the other. They all had some nice runs. What, three of them had touchdowns? Maybe all four of them had touchdowns for real.
You
I
asked
Uh,
know
me to
CJ
choose.
Donaldson. I know CJ Donaldson had one.
I know Dixon had
Who
one.
else?
Bo
Dixon
had
and
one.
Bo.
Yeah,
Bo had one for sure too.
What I'm saying,
Salute to Mrs.
I
Cam
don't know
J.
if
Love you,
James
baby.
People did or not.
he didn't play enough. His spot solidified. I don't think
Bro,
JS10.
bro,
I
Cam Williams Dixon, bro, ran over Malik Hartford.
Yeah,
Crazy,
did him bad.
crazy. Like he did him
Bad.
bad, man. Malik Hartford, I ain't gonna lie, he had a good game though. I like what I seen from Malik, man. And we gonna get in and talk about the defense shortly though. But the running backs, man, they solid, bro. We got a solid four, and Isaiah West and Turbo Rogers ain't even hit campus yet. I mean, well, Isaiah West is here, but he ain't gonna play until summer camp though. So, um,
Be
yeah,
here for
man,
4 years.
the running back room is crazy, bro. Like I'm just excited about that room, dog, because that 1-2 punch with James Peoples and CJ Donaldson, and then you got two guys that's capable of being RB3. They could be RB1 at a lot of schools. You know what I mean? With and
Right,
Sam Williams Dixon and Bo Jackson. Sam Williams Dixon really surprised me, dog. He was running inside them tackles very well and strong out there, dog. Like I was real live Like I was amazed about it. I'm like, damn, Sam Williams Dixon
Well,
looking nice out there.
he trying to win the team back, I bet, with his old trying to leave
I mean, he
phase.
don't have no choice
He
to
did.
though.
He did.
He
Bo's
definitely did
moving a
his
pound
job.
too. Now Bo looks smaller in real life than I expected. Like you know what I mean. I looked at all the stats and the height and shit, but like he just looks
Yeah, he
smaller.
was a little
Like
smaller than I expected, but
but
he's
he was still moving
got
that
good
power,
lateral
bro.
movement,
He
and
was
he
still moving
a
that
couple of
What
power.
running
times
back? Let me ask
a couple
y'all,
of times he got hit.
what
My bad,
running
go ahead.
back do Bo Jackson like remind y'all of? Like his
I
style of
was about to
running?
say it, Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara?
It's not
I
bad.
like that. I like
I
that
like
one.
it.
I was about to say that was literally what I was about to say. A couple of times I saw him get hit. It's like that balance that Alvin Kamara made like popular. I guess I know it's been a thing. I'm not trying to say he invented it, but like
Yeah.
showing the
Right.
practices and how he gained his balance and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I just I that was my initial thought.
It's a good one.
For sure.
I was gonna say Marshall Falk just because
Marshall
of his
Falk?
hands out of the backfield and the fact that he can run in between the tackles a little better than Alvin Kamara. Like I said, I was surprised he was pushing pounds. He was pushing pounds, bro. That surprised
Yeah.
me.
I mean, listen. So
You,
out of all the three, who was the best? We talking about JS10 solidified the job and all that. What running back solidified the number one up at this point?
Peoples, because
I
he didn't
don't
even play.
I'll say he didn't I think our best back didn't play much. But if you want me to tell
yeah, he
you
didn't.
who looked the best out of the ones that played,
Yeah, what you think? What you think, TB? What you think? What's the comparison for his style of no Bo Jackson?
I was sitting there thinking, man, I was thinking more like a Shady
my
McCoy.
bad, y'all. I
Okay.
can dig that. The
You know what I
lateral his
mean? That's
lateral movement, like I can see what you're saying, like the way that the quick sidestep lateral movement and get right back to top speed. He's
yeah.
maybe don't even switch from top speed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
he was impressive.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
mean,
like it from him.
I know me and Jay Crush, we was talking about it while we was watching the game Saturday, and I was like, man, he flashy out there, kind of like Jameer Gibbs to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he got
Yep,
like a
you did say
Jameer
that
Gibbs
too.
style, can run in between the tackles, catch out of the
Tell me that
backfield.
was live again.
Definitely can, shake you, run you over. Like he has a versatile style. Like Bo Jackson is an all around back, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to get big over time. So I'm not worried about, as
Yeah,
far as
our
the
strength
size.
team
And
has
his
his
size to where he is right now, like he's good where he at right now. That boy, he gonna be good. Like I like the rotation. I wonder how Coach Lock is going to rotate that running back room. I mean, I know it's going to be with the 1-2, but I wonder how he's going to do it in particular with Bo
running back
Jackson and
three.
Sam Williams Dixon. Like how he going to be able to rotate those two guys into play because the both of those guys they look good enough to where they definitely can play
I
too for
say
sure.
this is an honest opinion because I saw that as the topic, and if that's what you're falling into, I think that as much as I've hated on him for his little transfer decision, I think Williams Dixon ends up like our RB3 third down running back occasionally. But like, I think you redshirt Bo Jackson because then like that's the one thing that I seen out of the spring game that made me hype to think of. And like I swear, like I'm not making this up. I didn't think of this later. Like while watching the game, seeing Tavian St. Clair throw to Quincy Porter and think of the fact that Chris Henry Jr. will be there with him when he's the starter. And then you talking Turbo Rogers and Bo Jackson and bro, that team's gonna be crazy. Like the team in the future is gonna be crazy. Like I'm excited for this year, but like to see like we took our starters out and still probably had 40% 5 stars in the field. That's crazy, bro. Not many other programs can say that or even get that excited from a spring game watching their third string because you're like, damn, we talking 2027, 2028, and this team's going to be loaded, and they're right there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they leave, I understand the portal shit could change, but like at this moment, what we're envisioning right now, that was what I had fun with getting to see. I said it in the group, but getting to see it with like all the young cats and how good that team's going to be, that's crazy.
Yo, I
Crazy.
got another question. I got another question real quick for Cam and Crutch. How the offensive line look, man, up in person?
Okay, so I had to go back and watch a little bit of the game, a little bit honestly, to
Mhm.
see the line because everything was going so fast. And me and Crush, I felt like we both was talking about it. That we're like we both was watching like the running backs,
QB
quarterbacks, wide receivers, the
receivers.
DBs and stuff, linebackers. We didn't get to pay attention too much to the D line, so that's where I was like, I know I'm gonna have to go back and watch back. So I went back and watched back. I seen they had Searville at right tackle and Ethan Owenwa at left tackle, and you seen Henchman at center, Shabola at guard, Montgomery at guard. So that's how they had it for us, the starters. You know what I mean? Where, that was a different look to where I'm like, that could be possible because remember, they was rotating the guards amongst, Searville, Montgomery,
Mhm.
um and
Sure.
Shabola. So
Mhm.
with them three rotating now, they like, well, shit, they got experience now. We want to move one of them guys out, and they've been practicing with Searville the whole spring with him being a tackle, and between both right and left tackle. So
Right.
I
Right.
mean, the line looked decent. I feel like we got good depth behind the line. I think we'll see a little bit more what we got with the line a little bit going into the summer camp, but the O line in particular, I like what I see from the O line. The O line is solid. We got some good depth. We got Carter Lowe, the freshman. That's a name to really watch out for us next year. Like this year, of course, he's going to be developing behind Ethan Owenwa, but next
The
year,
kid's good.
Ohio State's looking forward to him possibly
See
being that
more.
guy at tackle. So Carter Lowe, of course, a four-star guy that we got out of here, from Ohio, and they're
Facts.
looking. What I've been hearing, the coaches are looking forward to Carter Lowe because he had a good spring game. They're looking forward for him to push forward and possibly be that guy next year, left tackle, to replace Ethan Onwa. So that was a big move with him, and as well. Padilla had a good game. The backup center, he was decent. Um, the Armstrong
To piggyback
twins,
off.
the Armstrong twins, they was okay. They're improving. They're improving. I say the Armstrong twin that plays tackle, he's the better one out of the two because the other one plays guard, and he's improving. So they're expecting him to possibly be one of them guys that tackle possibly next year if he can get right. So I mean, it's a lot that I love about the line, man. The line has some great depth for sure, and it's going to get even better. As far as the D line right now, obviously, the big answer is they want depth at D tackle. Caden McDonald, um, Edric Houston, amazing as starters, but we need depth at D tackle. At edge, we got guys there. They look like Logan George. He had a good day. He had a good day, I would say for sure.
I think we're like five
Um,
deep at edge right now.
yeah, and they're bringing in a guy out of the portal. I mean, far as like he's the guy from North Carolina that's coming to visit. Let me read
Yeah.
off on that real quick. So this is guy right here. His name is Buell Atkinson. He's going to visit Ohio State and Georgia. So those are the two schools that he's planning on to visit. Definitely a top portal guy. Had 11 sacks through 2 seasons at North Carolina. So he's pretty much of a an edge rusher. So if they're looking for a guy to just come out all out, edge, pass, pass rush. That's a guy that they're looking at. But I know for sure that they're definitely looking to get a depth piece for D tackle in particular. You know what I'm saying? Linebacker, you see what we got at linebacker. Our linebacker core, man, I
Cam
love
John.
Arvell, Sonny, best linebacker core in the country. Riley Pettijohn, and bro, it was so amazing. I told Jake Rush this. I was like, it's so
Thanks.
amazing to watch Pettijohn and Alfred out there together because those two guys, they are the future, and they were flying around here, bro. Like, they were flying
Right.
out there, man. How y'all feel about them guys?
I definitely
I,
like
I,
Petty
the
John.
whole defense.
I'm high
Petty
on Petty
John's a
John.
baller, dog.
Yeah, but like you're right, T. I'm high on the whole defense. To be honest with you, there's no reason we shouldn't have the number one defense in the country. And I'm talking third down conversions, best in the country. You know what I'm saying? For everything. You know what I mean? I don't think teams better think twice, 3, 4 times before going for it on fourth down. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I
I'm
honestly,
excited.
I see us going. I don't see us losing the game. Only tough game I really see is giving us some trouble is that Texas game, and that's really
Week
it.
one.
I think we're levels above everybody else in our conference, and damn near any team in the country. Honest with you,
country.
so that's just my opinion. I have
After
high expectations. So,
after
Right.
seeing it in person,
mhm.
I agree with you. Like we're going to be in the running for the next 6 years. Like
Dog.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
literally, we going to have the best
We on
roster.
some Georgia type shit right now. Like when they were good for
Yeah.
like
This is
6
our
years.
time.
Like
This is
yeah,
Saban's Alabama. This is Georgia. You know, with their defense and everything they brought. Like, you know what I mean? This is our run
mhm.
right now, and it's going to be. It doesn't seem like it's going to end now because of how we're still recruiting the next 2 3 years, and seeing that spring game with Petty John and Alfred and Devin Sanchez out there just on the island and holding up, like holding up.
Man.
Iggy looks shaky on JJ. We walked in. I said so too. Like, oh, there it is, Iggy on JJ. Oh yeah, Iggy on JJ. But like it's crazy. Like it is for the foreseeable future. Y'all gonna be hearing
Right.
our names all excited and talking shit. You know what I mean? It's the best part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. What's the next
We
Facts,
just
topic,
get it
man?
man.
knocked.
Yeah. Pettijohn, I love that kid, bro. I like what I now. Let's talk about the safety battle. Now, who y'all think had the better day between Jalen McClain and Malik Hartford? Because I felt like both of them played very well. And let me add a reminder too. The defense was in like cover two. It was very vanilla throughout this game. Just
Yeah.
to add that, very vanilla. They switched.
Base.
They did switch to cover three on that interception that Tavian threw to Fahim Delane that he took for a pick six. Now they did, yeah, they did switch coverages in that play, but they were very vanilla at cover two majority of the day. And Malik Harford and Jalen McClain, I thought I seen some good things out of both guys, man. I think that's still a big competition going into summer camp, man. How y'all feel about
I
those
think
two guys with the
I
competition?
think it's one of the better battles on the team for position. I still want to see who takes the first snaps at edge because I'm still not sold that them two that we assume are the best. I really think C.J. Hicks could make a step towards that. I think that George dude looked crazy, so I think edge is an intriguing battle. But as far as safety between those two, I think that Jalen McClain is going to end up winning. He had a couple of real nice pass breakups that I respected. Hartford getting ran over like that, I didn't really like. But not we're coming from like Caleb Downs with Lathan Ransom, and your safety don't really get ran over much. So like seeing someone get annihilated like that by that was just I was like eek.
He he
Hey,
I
what was
he.
actually
up with
I,
my boy? Hey, what was up with my boy Chadwick, man? Why was he was going so tough on Aaron Scott? Because watching the game back, Aaron Scott he made some plays out there, man,
I
the other day,
agree.
man.
He broke
Like
up
that's
that
why I
pass
was
on
like,
Mylan Graham.
yeah,
He broke up a pass to Jelani Thurman. Yeah,
Fact,
man, I thought he played good. I'm kind of about to like now that you brought it up because I forgot about it watching the game and being at work. Shout out Chadwick. I hope you watch this and defend yourself in whatever way because I'm not trying to disrespect no man that can't defend himself. But I want to know what he was
good luck.
talking about. He said dude got off field issues. I didn't never really see that. Maybe I missed something. Maybe y'all know what he was talking
yeah.
about.
I honestly, bro, when he said that, I
I'd
was
never heard
sitting
that
next to
before.
Jay Crush, and I was like, I ain't never seen no off the field issues
Yeah,
for Aaron. I've always heard he's been a good young man. So I can't
man.
I
I'm
really
That
gonna
never
right
just
heard
hook,
any.
say,
speak on
I
that.
haven't
that
heard any
right
off the
hook
field
tells
issues
me
for
that's not the
anybody
first
for
one
real.
he threw. That's all I'm saying. That
hey,
was not the
say
Hey,
first right
that.
hook he
now
Say
threw.
that.
that
That's
little
all I'm
hey,
saying.
I love shit like that though. That
Yeah,
competitiveness
at
that they had
practice.
with Marlon Graham and Aaron Scott Jr. Hey, I love that shit,
Nah,
bro. Like that
that
shit
wasn't
was
Mylan
lit.
Graham though. That wasn't Mylan Graham. That was 11.
Oh, that
That
was
was the other.
Quincy Porter. Yeah, that was Quincy
Yeah,
Quincy
Porter. It
Porter.
was
Yeah.
Quincy Porter and Aaron Scott Jr. Yeah, that I love that competitiveness from both of those guys. And that I mean,
back.
it's gonna get feisty out
Ah,
there.
I love it too. Back to the
I
safety
mean,
talk though. Mylan Graham's long touchdown he had cutting across
that's
the
safe.
field. That was your boy safety missing that tackle too. Uh, McCain definitely had a better game by far to me personally. Whatever,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
like yeah, McCain
Now
definitely had a better
I
game.
kind of guess I
Tackling and
understand
everything.
more now that I could see them both on the field back to back. I kind of understand why we went from Malik. Remember we talked about this earlier, maybe like episode 17 type era, about he played a bunch as a freshman and then didn't really play at all last year, which we know was due some to injury. But maybe Jalen McClain is just better because I also agree. I thought he looked better myself.
That's why we're going after three safeties in this next draft class. Whoa, Matt. Sorry. Go ahead, Ty.
Hey, we'll see him the 23rd when he
No,
holds up
I was
that
the.
OH.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. Me personally, with those two guys, I would say I like McLean better in that day, but I like what I seen from Malik Hartford too. I like what
Yeah,
I seen from him. He makes some plays out there, but
He
that
was
that's
better
going to be a
against this.
competitive. That's a competitive, competitive competition between those two guys at safety for that safety spot alongside Caleb Downs, man. And let me ask this question: how much do y'all believe Marlon Graham is going to play? Because that man, he had 4 catches for 104 yards in a tutty Saturday.
against the
He was
starters,
amazing.
against the starters.
No,
Say that again. Against the starters.
not
Like,
against the
I've been
stars.
high on. I've been high
what do
on
you
Miles Garrett.
mean?
He had his touchdown against the second or third string, but he was balling,
He had his
because
first
he
three
played.
catches on the first drive with Julian saying. I mean, I don't even grasp what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying.
the big 60-yard catch happened when Pettijohn was in and everybody else was in that second quarter.
Yeah,
Like the start safety that he's talking about, Malik. Um, he's the one that missed the tackle, but he was basically
yeah.
the only starter in that back seven because Devin Sanchez was closest to us, and then three, the little brother, the
Lorenzo
linebacker.
Staff.
There it is. He was on the backside. Lorenzo Styles looked better in both of them corners we already mentioned, or besides Devin. But
I
yeah,
mean, corner wise, just as kind of double back on the corners. The corners, Lorenzo Styles was impressive at the nickel. He made some plays out there. I do like him at the nickel. We seen Bryce
I
West
like
out
Mays.
there. Bryce West, he looked in pretty decent out there. Of course, who else? Of course, Devin was out there. You know what I'm saying? Devin was doing this thing a little bit out there, even though he had a couple catches on him. But it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's a spring game, so and you playing against the best. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? So it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And
Definitely a
the
great
corners were
spring game.
solid. Corner, corners were solid. But back to Mylan Graham, that man was doing this damn thing, man, out there, man. And I know we was talking about who was going to be that fourth guy, between him and Bryson Rogers, and I looks like Hardline is going to try to play both of them in rotation with both of them, but he's for sure going to play Miley Graham. Like Miley Graham is like undeniable. You cannot not sit. Like if you sit that man, you're stupid. Like he's going to hit the portal. So like he's
He
that
grabbed
he's one,
he
bro.
grabbed
I
he grabbed number
know
five for a reason.
T
He gonna make
Mac.
G Dub proud.
Facts.
T Mac was
He's
over.
number
He was
three.
like, T Mac
He's
was
number
saying that
three.
he think he better than Brandon Ennis.
I do.
I think he is too.
I cannot. I
I,
can't.
I,
Look, I was about to
I
say
am
that.
not. Now
Literally,
tell
I'm gonna
me
I
say
didn't want
something
to
this.
that he
interrupt you.
does
I didn't want
better.
to interrupt you,
Now,
Hey,
Cam.
hold on.
now I'm gonna say this. Let me say this real quick.
But
I am not disagreeing with you on that. I'm not disagreeing with you, but how
Nope.
they got it set up. Of course, Ennis is going to be, the third guy. Of course, you know what I mean. It's just how Hardline has it designed for those guys to
Thank you.
to run it up this year. So, but Molly Graham is going to get a lot of fucking playing time for sure.
yeah, you beat me to it, T. Because I was literally about. I didn't want to interrupt Cam, but I was literally about to say I think he's better than Ennis, in my opinion. You know, I'm glad I ain't the only one who
What
think that, but I really do
what do
think
you
he's more
what do you
talented.
think? Take punt returning away, and we can't even say that for sure because we've never seen Milan do it. What does Ennis do better to you? Block, maybe?
Slot, slot,
Nah,
slot
Block.
routes,
I don't think so.
slot,
I
slot
don't know.
routes.
I think that he would be a good slot too.
I think so
I'm
too.
asking
I'm
though.
not. sa-
No,
I'm not saying.
Ennis is.
I think he'd be a good slot in 2 years. I don't think he's a good slot now. And in 2 years, he ain't gonna. He might. Well, he probably is gonna be in the slot because it's gonna be
Who you
Porter
talking about? Marlon
and
Graham?
Chris Henry Jr. Yeah, and it's gonna be Chris Henry
Oh yeah,
Jr. on the
yeah,
outside. But Marlon
yeah.
Graham's
I
the
mean,
outside too. He Garrett Wilson, bro. He out there. He does it all of it.
Marlon
I
Graham
gotta get
reminds
off.
me. He
Ennis is a
reminds me
specialist stuff.
who
Hey, breaking news! Breaking news! The taxes just hit. Your boy Mike gotta go. No, I'm just kidding, bro.
Huh?
I'm talking shit. But
Oh.
I said breaking news. The taxes just hit. Your boy Mike gotta go. I was
man.
just kidding, though.
But yo, but honestly, like
As much help as they can get.
I think Milan kind of reminds me of first year Emeka, like when Emeka first came onto the team. You know what I mean?
Hey,
That's
I
the
think he's
vibes I'm
better
getting
than
from
Mecca.
him.
I
First
want
year,
y'all to know
not
that
I ain't
this
talking
episode
I ain't
is
talking
great,
last year Emeka. I'm talking first year. Like you know what I mean?
and that's
First
not
year
the
Emeka
Yeah,
same
came onto
thing.
the squad. That's what I'm thinking. He reminds me a lot of him during that time.
I can see that because like it's a great comparison because he probably won't be a one while he's here at Ohio State, but he's still gonna be a first round draft pick. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's better in
That's
Emeka. And
real. You just put that in a real perspective. He probably will never be wide receiver one, but he's
I'm just
always going
saying
to be elite here. That's
that was
dude.
Ty's. I was just tying it in. You hear me? That was Ty's thing, but
That's
that's
great. I didn't.
beautiful.
My
I
bad.
think
I
he's
was
better
talking
than
to my
Mecca
wife.
though.
So if Ty said that. My fault. I just heard you say it, so that's when I focused
Oh,
again.
yeah, that was me. But it's all good. We
My
all
bad,
good.
yeah. I
buddy.
mean, like
Yeah.
I said before, bro, Marlon Graham, he's gonna get a lot of playing time along, rotation with the top three guys with JJ Tate and Ennis and Bryson Rogers. He's in the mix, of course, as well. Quincy Porter, bro, I was impressed with him. Like he played himself to where he can be in the mix a little bit as well, bro. Like that six
Yeah.
five frame, like bro, like that man look like he's 6'6" out there. Me personally, man, but no, they say
Well,
6'5", so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with 6'5".
we were there in person. He looks big. He looks big as hell. But we were also there in person. The first half did not look like his second half. And he played a lot of the end of that second quarter, like almost the whole second quarter. He was out there damn near the whole game for real. But
Right.
um in the second half he looked a lot better, which you know what I mean? He's
Due to
going against
lack of
people his age or
competition. Yeah.
whatever,
And let me
but it's
and
not,
let me mention
first
too.
string.
Yeah, and let me mention too. I like what I seen from Phillip Bell and Desi Jones.
At the end.
Phillip
Jesse
Bell caught
Jones.
that last touchdown that Tavian threw towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Where he caught like that was a dot from Tavian. That was a dot from
Facts.
Tavian. And
Beautiful
let me
pass.
mention something about the Tavian part real quick too. Yeah, he started
We
off
should have did
shaky.
this Sunday, bro. We 50 minutes
Yes,
into the
we
spring game.
definitely did.
We 50 minutes into the spring game right now.
so Tavian, he had the first couple shaky drives. Of course, he threw two picks in the game, but I like what Day and Hartline did with him, or as have him get that last
This
drive
is
to
still the first time.
let him have a successful drive, have a chance to get a crack at a successful drive, so he can have some confidence going into summer camp. And he did
Facts.
his damn thing. Like he had a couple drives stall where the defense was good, but Tavion got a lot of wreck out there.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Desi Jones and Phillip Bell, Quincy Porter, all three of them. Nate Roberts, the freshman tight end, was better than Max LeBlanc. Max LeBlanc, he dropped a couple passes in the game. Nate Roberts was out there
He looked bad.
balling, bro. I like what I see from 83, man. Nate Roberts.
Yep. Spring game over.
He got to put some weight
I
on him.
totally agree. Yeah, he's small. He looks small on TV, but did he look as small in person?
Yes.
Is
He
it
looked
like is
He looks like a wide
good.
receiver. I thought he was a wide receiver. I said, who the
Absolutely.
fuck is 83?
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
he
looked
gonna
big
put some
out
weight
there,
on him.
bro.
He didn't. But he gonna look big next year. Go to the spring game next year, we'll be like, damn, yeah, that's a tight end. You know what I mean? It's he's 17 years old, 18 years old. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. So
All right.
let's go ahead and get to the
What's the next
business,
topic?
man. Let's get to the business, man. Nico.